Hello everyone, welcome back to our business English class. In this video, we will talk a few examples of how we can use written communication in specific situations, moments in which businesses have had the opportunity to work, and of course, maybe certain mistakes that they have occurred. Let's talk a little bit about this part of written communication. As we already mentioned previously, you're going to have many chances in order to present your information, your ideas into a written format. Unfortunately, written formats can have different ways of presenting information. In some moments, you may only have a few characters or maybe a few pages to present your whole idea. In others, you have to present maybe a business plan in which we are talking around 50 or even 60 pages long. In any format, you really need to be efficient with the moments that you are given. And of course, what are the things that you will be doing in order to stand out from the rest? Let's take an example. The example number one, it's a billboard. Here we can see that somehow the way of how the communication is written, it's with a specific purpose. Okay, here we can see that coffee is becoming essential. So what happens if you're not drinking, or at least you are not taking, no? So it's important to highlight that sometimes written mistakes will have a purpose, and that purpose must be understood. If people do not understand it, we are going to have a problem. Another example can be given with Twitter. Twitter is a specific type of written communication that can give us the insight and the approach. It's not the first time that we hear maybe that an artist or a famous person is providing information, okay, using Twitter. The thing here is that we have to be precautious. We have to be quite careful about the things that we write. Otherwise, you are going to have major problems. Many people have used this Twitter account, and the thing here is that it has caused a lot of maybe benefits, but also problems. Okay, just see the example of hackers, in which they put a specific aspect that involved, okay, this the wall between the US and Mexico. Of course, this caused a lot of anger that they had to apologize later. Okay, I suggest you to watch this type of examples because, again, companies that are big, that you might not think they will commit mistakes, well, they do it. Remember, written communication, okay, could take longer periods to disappear. Right now, things can go viral, and it's up to you. How do you manage the situation? Also, it's suggested that you train your staff and, of course, your positions in the company to know how to solve specific matters. Otherwise, you may have trouble at the end. And of course, reputation is everything, okay? Things that you write, okay, you need to know the impact that cost. And of course, if you're dealing with those elements correctly. We have another example, and particularly here, I like to talk a little bit about alliances. And of course, a good example are influencers. Influencers can boost, okay, your strategies, can give us many viewers, many comments, but be careful, because when you make an alliance with someone, maybe not an influencer, but maybe an artist, an athlete, okay, at the end, what they say will impact our image. Be careful and take your time to analyze the reputation of your allies. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that it will have a negative impact to us. And sometimes it's really difficult to adjust things at the end. Another example is responding to customer negative comments. As you know, right now, Customers have a lot of potential in writing and presenting information, okay, about the things that are what they are buying, what they are watching, what they are evaluating. Sometimes they are not objective, and it's understandable. But the thing here is, like, you need to be prepared for answering all these elements. You have to be assertive, you have to be diplomatic, and of course, you cannot lose scope. Even though it's understandable, sometimes they will lose, okay? Or maybe they are not right, but you must be careful about how do you manage the situation. Examples like this, we can see it in most of retail stores that are completely online, or even maybe you have rented using Airbnb or another account, okay? It's important to think as a user and of course, learn how you will respond. Another thing that I'd like to mention is to justify your ideas. Learn how to explain your ideas. In written communication, because maybe you won't have second chances to present everything, you need to be clear, but also you need to justify why you're doing things. It's not like we decided to do this strategy, it's why we decide to do this strategy. And it's convenient that you present not only your thoughts, but also any research, okay, or anything that can reinforce this element, okay? In conclusion, I might say that, first of all, think about what the others have done in the past. This could reduce the possibility of failure, can highlight your learning, and of course, okay, you need to analyze the feedback that your customers are constantly giving. Otherwise, you may have a lot of trouble understanding them, and you may even continue having problems, maybe in production, maybe in communication, etc. Here it's in negative situations, bring perfect words, be assertive, okay? Be assertive. Sometimes it's not what we say, but how do we say it? And last but not least, do not hide your problems. Remember, sometimes we might not want to face problems with customers, with stakeholders, but it's up to us on how do we manage it correctly. Okay? Well, thank you very much for your participation. And of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much and have an excellent day. Take care.